Good morning, students. We completed our first lesson. I hope you understand that lesson very well. And you also completed your homework, that is the questions from exercise. Today we are going to start our second lesson, that is the life processes in living organisms, part 1. First of all, as we know that the different life processes are occurring in our body. Which one that? Respiration, digestion, excretion, osmoregulation. Yes, these are the different systems which are continuously occurring. And for that purpose, we require the energy. And this energy we obtain from our food. That is the organic things. Digestion is occur, that means that complex food material is converted into the simple form and proper nutrients they get supplied to the body for different workout, different processes. How are the foodstuffs and their nutrient content useful for body? Because we know that the proteins are responsible for building and repairing. Vitamins and minerals are very important for the regulating the system. Nutrients are required for normal functioning. Carbohydrates, proteins, they perform the different activities which are related with our development. So in this way, these foodstuffs, because from foodstuffs we know we obtain the carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals. Yes, and these things are important for overall development of the body. Second one question, it is what is the importance of balanced diet for body? Balanced diet, that means the proper maintained proportion of all these ingredients of protein, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, fats. And these are important for better physical and mental growth of our body of that person. Therefore, balanced diet is very important one. Third question is, which different functions are performed by muscles in body? Muscles have two types, voluntary and involuntary muscles. That muscles, they perform the main function, that is the movement. Movement of bodies occur due to only the muscles. Okay, and voluntary muscles and involuntary muscles are two types. Last year we studied detail about that. Yes. Fourth question, it is, what is the importance of digestive juices in digestive system? First of all, you have to understand the meaning of digestive juices. What is the meaning of digestive juices? The digestive juice contain various enzymes. Yes, that enzymes convert complex food into the simple form. For example, carbohydrate get converted into glucose, protein get converted into amino acids. Yes, so complex form it is the carbohydrate, complex form it is the protein, and simple form it is the glucose from carbohydrates and amino acids from protein. So these digestive juices are important one for this purpose. Fifth one, which system is an action for removal of waste material produced in human body? Simple question and simple answer. That is the excretory system, which is very important one to remove the waste material from body. Sixth question, what is the role of circulatory system in energy production? Oxygen is used for cellular respiration. Cellular respiration. And in cellular respiration, that food get oxidized by using that oxygen. And carbon dioxide is given out. Okay. So this is the role of circulatory system. What? It is the oxidization of food with the help of oxygen. That concept is called as the cellular respiration. Next, last question it is, how are the various processes occurring in human body controlled? In how many ways? We know that nervous control and chemical control, these two things are very important. One, to control whatever the different processes occurring in human body. And last year we studied very detailed 3 types of nervous system are there. Yes, and how chemical control and nervous control, they togetherly work out to control our body processes. Okay, so in this way the questions are there which are very important. One, a recall is there. Now here, living organisms and life processes, first point of our lesson. First of all, we have to understand the life processes, that means the different processes like the digestion, respiration, circulation, excretion, control and coordination. These are the different processes which are performed or which are occurring inside the human body. There is a proper coordination is there in between all these systems. Like digestive system, it is interdependent or it is related or it is coordinated with the respiratory system. All these systems, they are correlated or there is a coordination in between these, and therefore proper process step by step is occur inside our body. This overall system is an action in more or less same ways in all the organisms. Those are in need of continuous source of energy for this purpose. And for the completion of these processes, we required energy. Without energy, we can't do anything. And energy sources are nothing but carbohydrates, fats, lipids are the main sources of this energy, and it is harvested by the mitochondria present in each cell. Mitochondria, which is also called as the powerhouse of the cell. Yes, why? Because continuously it provides us energy. It is not like that only foodstuff is sufficient for energy production, but oxygen is also necessary. Cellular respiration, external respiration and internal respiration, these are the two main types. External respiration तो हमको पता है कि हम air inside जब लेते हैं with the help of nostrils, from that there is a bifurcation of oxygen carbon dioxide, but this oxygen, again cellular respiration is occur in which this oxygen plays very important role. So for that purpose we have to proper in our body, there must be the proper amount of oxygen is also necessary. All these, that is the foodstuffs and oxygen, are transported up to the cell via circulatory system, who play an important role here. Students, circulatory system, that means blood play the important role. Blood, it is nothing but the transporter which transport the useful things, which carries the useful things, which distributed the useful things, and oxygen also transported by the blood. Besides, it is coordinated by the control system of the body, that is, each life processes contributes in its own way in the process of energy production. And functioning of all these processes, they requires the energy. As we know that human and other animals, they consume fruits, vegetables. Plants are autotrophs, they prepare their own food. Yes, they utilize some of the food for themselves, whereas remaining is stored into the various parts like fruits, leaves, stem and roots. Whatever the requirement is there of that plant, according to that requirement, there is a proper utilization of that food material, but remaining it gets stored into fruits, leaves, stems and roots. And we consume that fruits, we consume that leaves, we consume, because from plant not only fruit is consumed by us, sometimes that is leafy vegetables, in that we use the part of that plant of the leaf, Yes, some are the foodstuffs, that is the root part we use, fruits part we use. Yes, in that whatever the food material is stored by that plant, it is consumed by us. Yes, so we consume all these various plant materials and obtain different nutrients like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals. Now, from milk, fruit, jaggery, cane sugar, these are the different food material. Different cereals are there, sweet meats are there. From that we obtain, or in our body we gain the energy. Yes. Now, the main part of our lesson, the first important, that is the living organism and energy production. How actually there is a production of energy is occur. First of all, you have to observe and label this diagram. This diagram, it is nothing but the human respiratory system. I will give you the proper labeling for this. You have to just write down with pen or pencil. Okay. First of all, we cover the right part of this diagram, because in examinations also for 2 marks or 3 marks labeling may ask. Okay. So right side, first labeling, it is the larynx. Larynx. Second, it is the lungs. Okay. These are the 2 labelings in right side. Now labelings of left side of that diagram. First labeling of left side, that is the nasal cavity or nostrils. This is the nasal cavity. The proper labeling, it is the nasal cavity. Second one, it is the oral cavity. That is the mouth, oral cavity. Third one, it is the pharynx. Next one, fourth one, it is the bronchus. Bronchus. Fifth one, it is the diaphragm. Next labeling, last one, it is the alveoli. In living organisms, respiration occurs at 2 levels, as body and cellular level. Oxygen and carbon dioxide are exchanged between body and surrounding in case of respiration occurring at body level. In case of respiration at cellular level, foodstuffs are oxidized either with or without help of oxygen. When there is oxygen is involved, then it is called as the aerobic respiration, and where oxygen is not involved, it is called as the anaerobic respiration. So when we intake of food is there, it get oxidized. Yes, and due to that there is a formation of energy, but this oxidation occurs in presence or absence of oxygen. Now students, here again a simple 3 questions are there. How many atoms of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen are respectively present in a molecule of glucose? As we know that the formula of glucose, it is the C6H12O6. Therefore 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen and 6 oxygen molecules are present, molecule of glucose. Next, second question, which type of chemical bonds are present between all these atoms? So here covalent bond is present in between these atoms. Bonds, they have 2 types, ionic and covalent. In chemistry, in science first paper, you have the detail about that, covalent and ionic bond. Okay. So here the answer is, it is the covalent bond. Third question, in term of chemistry, what happens actually when a molecule is oxidized? Students, oxidization, when a molecule it get oxidized, that means there is a loss of electron and there is a gaining of positive charge. That is nothing but the oxidization. Now the main process is start Carbohydrates of the food that we consume every day are mainly utilized for production of energy required for daily need. As we know that carbohydrates are the main sources which provide us the energy. Like proteins, they are required for the building up of the muscles, development of the muscles. Okay. So this energy is obtained in the form of ATP. ATP, that is the adenosine triphosphate. 3 phosphate groups are there, therefore that molecule it is called as the ATP. So in the form of ATP, energy is obtained. For this purpose, glucose, a type of carbohydrate, is oxidized step by step in the cells. This is called as the cellular respiration. This is the definition for cellular respiration, that is the glucose, a type of carbohydrates, is oxidized step by step in the cell. This is called as the cellular respiration. Cellular respiration occurs among the living organisms by 2 methods. One, aerobic respiration, that is the oxygen is involved, and anaerobic respiration, that is oxygen is not involved. In aerobic respiration, glucose is oxidized in 3 steps. Oxidized, that means there is a loss of electrons and gain of positive charge. Okay, now listen carefully. Flow chart. Respiration, they have 2 types. I will give you that flow chart also. Respiration, they have 2 types, aerobic and anaerobic. In aerobic respiration, that means in presence of oxygen, glucose is oxidized. What is glucose? Glucose, it is a simple form of the carbohydrates. So it get oxidized by 3 steps. Which 3 steps are there? First one, it is the glycolysis. Second one, tricarboxylic acid cycle or TCA cycle. And third step, it is the electron transfer chain reaction. First, one by one we will discuss. First step, it is the glycolysis. What is the exactly meaning of glycolysis? Glyco, that is the glucose, lysis, that is the breakdown. So here there is a breakdown of the glucose molecule, that is the C6H12O6. Process of glycolysis occurs in cytoplasm. Please highlight this line. In cytoplasm. Where is cytoplasm present? Inside the cell. Inside the cell, cytoplasm is there. Yes, a dense structure is there which is called as the cytoplasm, and in that this glycolysis is occurs. What actually occurs? A molecule of glucose, it oxidized step by step in this process, and 2 molecules of each, that is the pyruvic acid, ATP, NADH2 and water are formed. When there is a oxidization of glucose, I will give you the reaction of this. When glucose get oxidized by glycolysis, there is the formation of 2 pyruvic acid plus 2 ATP, then NADH2 and water molecule. Molecules of pyruvic acid formed in this process are converted into molecules of acetyl coenzyme A. 2 molecules of NADH2 and 2 molecules of carbon dioxide are released during this process. When there is a, observe this is the reaction form. Which one? Glucose. On arrow there is the glycolysis, 2 pyruvic acid plus 2 ATP plus 2 NADH2 and 2 water molecule. So what is occur here? Here oxidation is occur. Why it is occur? Because there is a formation of energy is occurring actually, and this is the first step in which glucose get oxidized. It get again oxidized in presence of oxygen, and this is the product of this reaction. Pyruvic acid, ATP, that is the energy, NADH2 and water are formed. What is NADH2? What is FADH2? So there is a long form. These both are the enzymes and which are present in the cell, and these are used into the cellular respiration. Which one? NADH2. This is the NADH2 and it is the FADH2. These are the enzymes. Okay. Now first step is over. Glycolysis is over. Yes. Now second step, tricarboxylic acid cycle, which is also called as TCA cycle. Now students, listen carefully. Both molecules of acetyl CoA, acetyl coenzyme, acetyl CoA, that is the acetyl coenzyme, ये कहाँ से फॉर्म हो गए? फर्स्ट स्टेप ग्लाइकोलिसिस में. यस, दैट acetyl CoA enter the mitochondria. Cyclic chain of reactions called as tricarboxylic acid cycle is operated in the mitochondria. It is a cyclic process, proper a continuously processes occur. In this process, what actually happens? Acetyl part of acetyl coenzyme is completely oxidized through this cyclic process, and molecule of carbon dioxide, water and NADH2 and FADH2 are derived. जो एसिटिल कोएंजाइम फर्स्ट स्टेप में फॉर्म हुआ था, यहाँ पे वो एसिटिल कोएंजाइम सेकेंड स्टेप में उसके मॉलिक्यूल्स क्या हो जाएंगे? माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया में एंटर होंगे. देयर इज अ साइक्लिक चेन रिएक्शन इज ऑकर इन माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया. Whatever the acetyl part of that acetyl coenzyme, that only acetyl part it get oxidized completely. And what is the resulting products? Carbon dioxide, water, NADH2 and FADH2. Okay, again these two are the enzymes. Long form is there in your textbook. I will explain it later on. Now third step, electron transfer chain reaction. In this step, molecules of NADH2 and FADH2 are formed. They both participate in electron transfer chain reaction. Due to this, 3 molecules of ATP are obtained from each NADH2 molecule and 2 molecules of ATP are formed from FADH2, each FADH2. Besides ATP, water molecules are also formed in this reaction. Electron transfer chain reaction is operated in mitochondria only. Here no cytoplasm is there. In mitochondria only. Thus, a molecule of glucose is completely oxidized, and finally what will form? Carbon dioxide is formed, water molecules are formed and energy is formed. Now here the certain information about the ATP. ATP, adenosine triphosphate, is energy rich molecule and energy is stored in the bond by which phosphate groups are attached to each other. ATP, adenosine triphosphate. When molecules it get bond to each other, they bond by the phosphate groups. Yes, these molecules are stored in the cells as per their need. Chemically, ATP is triphosphate molecule formed from adenosine ribonucleoside. It contains a nitrogenous compound adenine, pentose sugar, ribose and 3 phosphate groups. As per the need, energy is derived by breaking the phosphate bond of ATP. Hence, ATP is called as the energy currency of the cell. Whenever we require the energy, at that time there is the breaking of the phosphate bond is occur, and we, as per the requirement, there is a provide of these energies occur, and hence this is called as the energy currency of the cell. Here students, very important information about the NADH2 and FADH2. NADH2, that is nothing but the nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, long form of NADH2, and FADH2, flavin adenine dinucleotide. These are the enzymes which are formed in the cells and used in the cellular respiration. In ATP, what is there? A nitrogenous compound, that is the adenine is there. Yes, pentose sugar, that is the ribose is there, and 3 phosphate groups are there which are attached to each other. Yes, and as per the requirement, these bonds it get break and energy is provided. Adenine, here also ribose, but if you observe here, bonding is there in between 3 phosphate groups, but here one bond it get break, that is the energy is released. Yes, therefore it is called as the ADP, adenosine diphosphate. Why it is called as diphosphate? Only 2 phosphate groups are there. Yes, 1 phosphate group कहाँ गया? एनर्जी की रिक्वायरमेंट थी, therefore one bond in between these it get break and energy is released. If there is insufficient amount of carbohydrates in body due to exceptional conditions like fasting and hunger, then lipids and proteins are used for energy production. In case of lipids, they are converted into the fatty acids. Yes, carbohydrate converted into glucose, lipids converted into fatty acids, whereas proteins are converted into amino acids. Fatty acids and amino acids are converted into acetyl coenzyme and energy is obtained through complete oxidation of acetyl coenzyme by process of Krebs cycle in mitochondria. So here instead of glycolysis, directly there is a conversion of the lipids into fatty acids, conversion of the proteins into amino acids. Yes, and there is a converted of these into the acetyl coenzyme, and lastly with the help of third step, that is the TCA cycle, which occurs into the mitochondria, energy is formed. Okay, so this is the aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration in presence of air, that means in presence of oxygen. Introduction of scientists is there. Mainly 3 scientists are there. First of all, first scientist it is the Gustav Emden, second one Otto Meyerhof, and third one it is the Jacob Parnas. They perform experiment on muscles, that is the our body structure, it is depend upon our development of the muscles. Hence glycolysis is also called as the Emden-Meyerhof Parnas pathway, that is the EMP pathway. Okay, EMP pathway. The cyclic reactions of tricarboxylic acid cycle were discovered by Sir Hans Krebs. Hence this cyclical process is also called as the Krebs cycle. So in examination, question may ask as TCA cycle or Krebs cycle. He has been awarded the Nobel Prize in 1953 for this discovery. Okay. Now this is all about the aerobic respiration where oxygen is involved. But what is about the situation or the formation of energy when there is an absence of oxygen? That is the anaerobic respiration, which we will continue in next lecture.